Across America, a firestorm of protest rages. Millions have taken to the streets, their voices a chorus of defiance against the Trump administration. From the heart of New York City to the sun-drenched streets of Los Angeles, a sea of humanity has risen up in anger and despair. They carry signs, they chant slogans, they demand to be heard. This is not just about politics anymore, it's about the soul of America. The sheer scale of these demonstrations is unprecedented. Never before in recent history has the nation witnessed such a groundswell of opposition to a sitting president. This is not just a few isolated incidents. This is a nationwide uprising, a visceral reaction to the policies and rhetoric that have come to define the Trump era. The anger is palpable, the fear even more so. What started as a simmering discontent has boiled over into open revolt. The American people have had enough. They are tired of the lies, the corruption, the blatant disregard for their rights and well-being. The American dream, once a beacon of hope for so many, is now fading into a distant memory. The fabric of society is fraying at the edges, threatening to unravel completely. This is America on fire, a nation divided against itself, teetering on the brink of chaos. The question is, can it be saved? The fuse was lit long ago, a slow burn of resentment fueled by years of divisive rhetoric and policies. But it was a single chilling statement that ignited the inferno Trump's bloodbath threat. Speaking at a rally in March 2024, the then candidate for re-election issued a stark warning to his opponents: "There'll be a bloodbath if I lose." These words, uttered with casual cruelty, sent shockwaves through the nation. For many, it was a confirmation of their worst fears, that Trump was willing to incite violence to cling to power. The subtext was clear: dissent would not be tolerated, opposition would be met with force. The bloodbath comment was not an isolated incident, it was part of a pattern of inflammatory rhetoric that had become all too familiar. Trump had previously called for his opponents to be locked up, had encouraged violence at his rallies, and had repeatedly demonized anyone who dared to criticize him. This latest threat, however, felt different. It was more direct, more menacing. It was a call to arms, a declaration of war against his own people. And it had a profound effect. It galvanized the opposition, pushing many who had remained silent to finally take a stand. As if Trump's bloodbath threat wasn't enough, a new scandal soon emerged to further inflame the tensions: the Project 2025 leaks. In a series of bombshell reports, investigative journalists revealed the existence of a secret plan, codenamed Project 2025, that outlined a chilling vision for the future of America. The leaked documents, described by one scholar as a 900-page blueprint for dictatorship, detailed a systematic dismantling of democratic institutions and a consolidation of power in the hands of the executive branch. They spoke of mass deportations, concentration camps, and a crackdown on dissent that would make the Patriot Act look like child's play. The revelations sent shockwaves through the nation. Here in black and white was proof of what many had long suspected: that Trump harbored authoritarian ambitions and was actively working to undermine American democracy. The Project 2025 leaks were not just a scandal, they were a wake-up call. The reaction was swift and furious. Protests erupted across the country, with people from all walks of life expressing their outrage. The chants of "Not my president" took on a new urgency. This was no longer just about opposing Trump's policies, it was about saving the very soul of America. The flames of discontent already raging were further fanned by yet another incendiary event: the guilty verdict. In a trial that gripped the nation, Trump was found guilty on multiple counts of obstruction of justice and abuse of power. As his motorcade sped past the courthouse, the chants of "Guilty, guilty" from the assembled protesters echoed the sentiments of millions across the country. The verdict, while celebrated by many, did little to quell the unrest. If anything, it exacerbated the deep divisions that plagued the nation. Trump, unsurprisingly, denounced the trial as a witch hunt and vowed to fight the verdict. His supporters, many of whom viewed him as a martyr, rallied to his defense, their anger and resentment growing with each passing day. The guilty verdict was a watershed moment. It marked a turning point in the relationship between Trump and a significant portion of the American people. It was a confirmation that he was not above the law, but it also served as a stark reminder of the fragility of American democracy. The nation held its breath, bracing itself for what was to come. The stage was set for a confrontation, a showdown between the forces of democracy and the specter of authoritarianism. In a world of vast differences, unity often seems like a distant dream, but when diverse voices come together, they form a powerful, united front. This is the story of how people from all walks of life can join forces, finding strength in their diversity. It's a testament to the idea that despite our differences, we can achieve great things when we stand together. So let's explore how these diverse voices have united and what we can learn from their journey. In recent months, we've witnessed escalating tensions and confrontations at political rallies. Supporters of the MAGA movement have been involved in numerous clashes, often resulting in violence and intimidation. These incidents have raised concerns about the state of civil discourse in the nation. Experts are now sounding the alarm about the potential for widespread civil unrest. They warn that the current political climate is a tinderbox, and without intervention we could see an increase in violent confrontations. Analysts point to historical precedents emphasizing the need for immediate action to prevent further escalation. The United States stands at a critical juncture. With tensions running high and divisions deepening, the country is teetering on the brink of chaos. Many citizens feel a growing sense of unease, uncertain about what the future holds. The choices made in the coming days and weeks will be pivotal in determining the nation's path forward. We find ourselves at a crossroads, caught between hope and fear. On one hand, there's a desire for unity and healing. On the other, a fear that the divisions may be too great to bridge. It's a moment that calls for reflection, resilience, and a collective effort to steer the nation towards a more hopeful and harmonious future.